Hey guys, Woods Farm here, Project222. This is episode 24. Today we're going to be working on patterning out some of the panels for the rear of the vehicle and hopefully getting them cut out and installed. But before that, we're going to take a quick road trip and pick up some materials. So stick around and check it out. So I'm just on my way down to Kingston to go to a fabricating shop. They posted some materials, some 14 gauge and some 1/8 on a Facebook swap and sell group, and it looks like a pretty good deal, worth the trip to head down. So that's what I'm up to today. I've managed to scrounge up most of the materials for the project off of swap and sell. At least the sheet metal and the plate metal, the 1/4 inch, the 1/8 stuff, the tread plate. I ended up getting all of that off of various swap and sell groups for really a fraction of the price of what it would have been retail. Okay guys, we're going to be using some of that new material that we picked up. I'm going to show you how I do patterning with cardboard. We'll get the pattern transferred over to the material, we'll get things cut out, and hopefully we'll get some plates installed on the vehicle today. If you want to see more Project 222 content, definitely think about subscribing to the channel. We're hopefully going to be posting content weekly, at least until the spring. Okay, here's some of the materials that we picked up. A couple of nice pieces of 1/8. They're 20 inches by 60 inches. And then I've got a good chunk of 16 gauge and 14 gauge. We're not going to use those immediately, but they're going to be hopefully for fenders and bulkhead and firewall. And then there's another chunk there, almost a 4x3 piece of 1/8, and I think that's what we're going to use today. Okay, so here's one of the panels we're working on today. I've already gone ahead and started the cardboard patterning. I've just recycled an old piece of cardboard from actually this top panel, and we weren't sure if we could make this out of one piece, but it looks like I'm actually going to make it out of a couple little pieces at the bottom, just based on the materials I have. So I do have to make a little adjustment up here to try to make these panels fit. I want it to be nice and flush for welding. So there's about an 1/8 inch gap down here, but it's tight right there. I'm going to just trim it back a bit, so hopefully the whole panel, I can slide it back, and this line will still match, and it'll be a much tighter fit in the end. Everything else looks pretty good. Okay, there's the patterning for the back. One large section, two smaller pieces. I'm going to leave it a little bit open around the shock. That open area will be underneath the fender. However, there are some pieces where I want to patch in some material. I think right here we're going to close it in, and this gap up back here I'll probably just, you know, cut some 14 gauge or something and just close it in a bit. Okay, so I've got all the patterning done. On this side, you can see all the cardboard pieces for the different panels are completed. Normally I do one panel at a time. I make the pattern, trace it, cut it, and get the plate on. But in this case, I decided to go ahead and make all of the pieces so you guys could see how I go about doing it. And generally, I just go with the gross dimensions. You see me do that. And then I take that piece, put it on, and I'm able to trace around to get the exact shape. So you can see how much work goes into getting those plates ready. Now I'm just going to the vehicle and prepping all the surfaces for welding. Now we're going to put the plate in place, get it clamped down. Just going to put some tacks in place just to get it secure. And there you go, that's the final result. Now I'm going back and I'm going to weld it from the inside onto the framework. Okay, moving on. Now we're going to pattern out some other pieces. We're both working on two separate sections. I'm going to start patterning out that triangular piece at the very back bottom. And start cutting it out. Guys, we're going to wrap this video up here. We've got most of the passenger side done. There's still a few small little plates that need to get patterned, cut out, and put in place, but I think we're going to save that for another video. Overall, turning out really good. Everything went together pretty smooth. Now we did run into a slight hiccup here at the back. This section here where the engine deck is, the cover, we're trying to make it removable, and a couple of the plates aren't quite lining up the way we wanted. Basically, this seam here needs to match as it goes down, and if we add a flange onto this, that's going to serve as a point to bolt on that engine deck. It's not going to line up, so we got to make some adjustments. There's a couple different ways I think we can do this, so I'm going to look at it a little more closely. I'm not sure if we'll get to this in the next video, but it's definitely going to be coming up because we have to build the flange before we can build the engine deck. Okay guys, I think in the next video we're going to be working on the passenger side. We're going to move over there, get those plates cut out and put in place. Basically the same thing we did in this video, we've got to do on the other side now. We are going to work on some smaller little pieces that need to get patterned, cut. We want to work towards getting the crew compartment completely enclosed, even potentially starting to work on the bulkhead and firewalls. If you're interested in Project 222 and you want to see more of these videos, definitely like and subscribe to the channel. Think about hitting the bell icon for notifications so you don't miss any upcoming videos. As always, thanks for watching.